Hello.
Hello, Benjamin.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
Not too bad.
Just okay.
Not amazing.
Uh-oh.
Yes. I saw this thing. It was like how to translate Americans when they tell you how they're doing. And like, how you doing? Great. Like, great equals fine. Okay equals very, very bad.
It's so true. It's so true.
And like, very, very bad means like, just as bad as it could be.
I saw someone else from like Europe observing that like that's like a traditional American thing to just say like, how's it going? And we actually don't expect anyone to ever answer that question. It's just like a salutation, which is very bizarre if you think about it.
It's super bizarre. It used to weird me out a lot. Like I remember a period of a number of years where I just kept being like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why do we do this? And now it just fades into the background.
It's like perfectly acceptable to just like nod at somebody when they say like, how's it going? It's just like,
right. Hey, how's it going? Yep. That just means like, hello.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm like, I'm fresh on some emotional stuff, and I figured let's process. Let's go.
Yeah. Happy to help you process.
Yeah, I think I'm already coming on the other side, but like you just caught me at an interesting time. So I just was messaging with someone who's a Tuple user, and I was like, "Hey, like, how's it going?" And he was like, "Well, to be totally honest, like, we tried to do a session and like it didn't really work, and overall, like, quality wise, I think I'm finding is like people with particularly on bad connections, like Zoom is beating you on in video quality, and like so I've just been like going back to that more and more. Like, this is very reasonable feedback and very normal." But like, I'm a little sleep deprived. It's always the way.
It's perfect cocktail. Yeah.
Perfect cocktail. Didn't get quite enough sleep. I did get some exercise today. But sometimes I find that if I'm sleep deprived, the exercise doesn't do its same thing. It just makes me a little more tired, kind of. Like, it's sort of a mood elevator, but not in the way it is if I'm actually rested. Also, I'm at 4 o'clock my time, which I know from my rhythms is like my low point of every day. Like, I always need to nap at 4. Like, this is just like when I'm at my like least patient and least whatever. And so just like getting this feedback, I just sort of like felt my stomach tightened up. And I was like, oh God, how are we ever going to make this good enough? This is an existential risk and I'm in danger. Like, I felt like this like blast of adrenaline come in and I was like, ugh. So that's that. That's what's going on with me.
That's tough. And like, I can totally empathize with, I don't know. It's just, I think it's the stage we're in our businesses too, where it feels like, again, brains being irrational, like one anecdote, one small piece of feedback from one individual use case can really have an outsized impact on
it's so true
on mental state. So I feel you.
Yeah. We feel so fragile still. Where it's like the question that we sort of keep asking ourselves and that I'm asking is like, have we made it? Like, are we there yet? Like, have we made a thing that's actually really good that people like want and like? The fact that I don't have a great answer to that is a sort of a sign to me. Like, we were just talking today about building some like feedback features in, like after you finish a call, like how was the call? Like, so we have, some sort of additional indicators. There's votes for and against that. Like, we had our first expansion revenue this week, which is like amazing. Like, someone like liked it enough to buy another seat. And I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. Like, this is the dream. And, like we've had some positive feedback from people and whatnot. But then like the negative ones come in and it's like, oh, that's damn. And like, so like, first of all, there's that irrational brain thing where like the negatives they just hit me so much harder than the goods hit me, which is a real bummer. But then also there's just like that, like beyond that, like really, where are we? Like how, like, it would be weird if, some number of months into this, we were already there, like we were at like, okay, we've made a great product that everyone loves and we have product market fit and we figured it out. Like, of course we're not there yet, but like how far are we? Like, how much stress should I be feeling right now? How much danger are we in? Like these questions are still up in the air.
Right, because it makes you start thinking like, well, if I'm hearing this from this person, what is everyone else not telling me? Like, are other people feeling this right now? And you start to question things because, I don't know, if you've been getting a lot of positive feedback, it probably can leave a little bit of suspicion in the back of your mind of like, am I only getting one side of the story right now?
Yeah. Yeah, and we have like outlier good users and outlier bad users. It's like some people are just like effusive and they have smiley faces in every email they send me and it's great. And then some people are just like, well, no, it's kind of bad. So it's like, who do I listen to? And like, there's always my inner critic of like, it's hard for me to think it's good enough anyway. I went and meditated, which was good actually. My first response was like, okay, I need to do my meditation for today anyhow. So this actually is great timing because I'm feeling very stressed about this in this moment. And so I like whatever, sat down, did 10 minutes, and it was like kind of the perfect meditation. It was just like, okay, first thing we're going to do, just drop everything. During this 10 minutes, don't plan, don't fix, Don't think about any of this other stuff. Like just give this 10 minutes to yourself. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a good idea. And like by the end of the session, that like knot in my stomach, which for me is the physical manifestation of this kind of stress, it was 90% gone. And I was like, okay, like when that goes away, I'm usually on the mend. So like it took 10 minutes and I was kind of like backish. And then like I start doing some of like the rational thinking, which is like what I've been doing with you, which is like, yeah, we're gonna have shortfalls. Like this is a hard problem to solve, and Zoom will always be hard to do better than in some ways. Like they have raised $140 million of VC, they have 1,000 employees, they have been at this for 7 years. Like the fact that like there's some situations where Zoom is better than us would be incredibly surprising if that weren't true. So like me beating myself up or like thinking that we are failing somehow because of that is like, well, this is not a very reasonable course of thought. So I'm sort of meditating and reasoning myself out of the just being distraught.
Yeah. And that's actually a really good thread you just pulled on there about thinking about competition, because it's something it's been in the back of my mind especially as I'm having conversations with this team of 10 that I've been working with closely. They're coming off of Slack, and there's definitely things they recognize wrong with the product, but there's also a whole slew of things that they really love about it. And it's not necessarily a goal of mine to reach parity on all of the things that everyone loves about Slack, because even to get there could take years, especially as a solo operator, and they've got a team of hundreds of engineers or whatever. So I'm trying to reset my perspective on like, I'm not even aiming for that goal, and I'm really trying to just, I guess, focus, because you have to, out of necessity. It's like you can't possibly think that you'll be able to compete with these large competitors on every dimension. So then it's just makes me focus extra hard on how am I going to focus my efforts on the product, because otherwise it just gets too overwhelming to even look at a competitive landscape and try to like match up checking all the boxes on feature pages and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's a lot of reasons for people to like you versus other things. It's not really about matching all those features anyway, for a lot of people. Like you don't need all the customers. If someone has a good solution to the problem, then like that's okay. You don't need all of those. That's the thing I have to keep telling myself. But also like I do worry a little bit that I'm just kind of like, I guess my personal bias makes this unlikely, but like also I don't want to be like, don't freak out, it's going to be fine. But actually it's like, no, you should freak out. Like you should be worried about this particular problem because it's important. I think I'm unlikely to ignore this problem because I care about it a lot. But I also don't want to just like soothe myself into a state of complacency or, false optimism, I guess.
I don't know. It's kind of like having a healthy level of stress. Like it's not worth getting toxically stressed over this. It's probably something that's worth, and I think you guys are already doing this, like you're measuring things around this so that what your like essentially your KPIs are, to use like a buzzwordy term, right? In order to be the best pair programming tool, we need to excel in these specific areas around latency or whatever it is. As long as things are trending in the right direction in those areas, maybe you aren't today, but every day it gets a little bit better, and eventually you will be consistently better on the core mission of your product,
Yeah, exactly. And that is a fallacy that I fall into when I'm in that like bad state, which is like whatever is bad today will always be bad. I don't think about like how likely is it that these problems will persist a certain number of months from now. And so it's like, oh, like our quality is not as good when the connection quality is lower or something. It's like, well, like have we optimized that at all? No. Okay, well, if you spent 3 months on that problem, do you think you could make some progress? And like, certainly. But in those moments, I'm just kind of like, oh God, we're bad at this. Well, we probably won't win if we're bad at this, and not just like, well, what do we do about this?
Yeah. And I think it's especially hard mentally to know that there's a good chance you're going to end up losing some customers here from the early days who just couldn't, they just didn't have time to wait it out. And so they're like, this product's at its current stage isn't going to work for us. There's going to be a whole slew of others who it's good enough and they're just going to stick with you as it improves. I find myself getting biased towards like, I really want like my team of 10 right now, I really want them to fall in love with the product, stick with it, and it all be good. But there's a small chance that like enough things pile up that where they're like, you know what, it's just not the right time for us. And that doesn't mean I've failed. It just means at the stage they're at, the needs they have, maybe they're not perfectly aligned with where the product's at right now. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to get there. So it's just hard to like potentially lose customers too.
Totally. Yeah. And these are like our network, like within our, they're in our circle customers kind of things. These are our friends and people we know and whatnot. So it's like, okay, I would love them to love us. And like they were the first people to take shots on us and all that. Some of them we will lose for sure. But it's not necessarily a death blow. Oh, brains.
Oh yeah. That's a recurring art of product theme, right? It's just figuring out how all the ways that our brains betray us on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this would be a lot easier if I just never had irrational thoughts in my head.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's going to happen. So it's all about the coping strategies, I guess.
Totally. Yep. That's what it's about.
But speaking of those, so I had a pretty nice goal actually as of today, which is, so I set at the beginning of the month, I did some monthly planning and I was like, what kind of things do I want to do this month? And one of the things on my list was to meditate every day of the month. And I gave myself a 2-day buffer, like 2 days of sort of misses. And I hit that as of today.
Nice. Congrats.
So thank you. So like the last 26 of 28 days, I did 10 minutes of meditation. It helps a bit. It's not magic.
Yeah.
I will say.
No silver bullets.
It's definitely not. It's like the sort of the promise. I'm using the Waking Up app by Sam Harris, which I like. And one of his like, why would you do this? And why would you put in the time is like, you'll find the half-life of negative emotions. Negative emotions can be shorter as you start to realize, hey, I'm thinking these negative emotions. I'm making them happen with my consciousness. I'm putting myself in this place. And I can think about other things, or I can sort of, just by kind of noticing that you're doing it, you do it less. Where it's like, oh yeah, I'm thinking thoughts that are causing adrenaline to drop in my brain, and I'm like tensing my stomach in a way, and like I'm like, I can sort of see myself doing it. And as I see it, I'm like, okay, well, do I have to do that? It's like, no, not really. So I would say it's not magic, but it is helping a little bit.
Yeah, I think that makes logical sense. Like there's been times where I know that I will go on throughout the day and feel like my productivity has dropped. I just feel agitated. I feel impatient, and like it bleeds into whatever task I'm working on, and it bleeds into, if I'm just trying to solve a problem and like I'm not nearly as effective and I'm getting upset easily. And if I take a step back and try to just have a little bit more awareness and think about like, why am I feeling this way right now? And then kind of work through that, then you can save yourself a lot of time where you're operating at a, suboptimal level. Just if you kind of step back, become aware of what are the negative things that are impacting me right now, and can I get past them for today at least, so that it's not continuing to infect everything else I'm doing, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's that like one foot in front of the other thing. You touched on this. Like if the product gets better every week, it doesn't really matter what it is today. It matters how much we can improve it each week. Like the growth rate, the improvement rate is more important than the current status.
Yep. Precisely.
We're getting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Software's hard.
It's very hard.
It takes a long time to make good software.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We do keep putting some good stuff out. Like, and before this goddamn bad feedback, I was feeling pretty good about things. Like we shipped some good stuff recently.
Yeah. And
so I mean, so it's not the feedback's fault. It's not the person's fault. It's my fault, right? Like it's me over focusing on this one little bit where it's like, okay, but if in the broader scheme, like things are getting better, and people like we have a new cohort starting next month. I have a number of people that join the waitlist, like paid to get on the waitlist to be onboarded next month, and these people are going to get a better product than the people that have been here from the beginning. At least they will see it from a better starting point, and that feels pretty good.
I've observed that too. Like I've let in a couple people here and there in the last week, and just kind of observing their onboarding process. And like, oh yeah, the last time I did this with somebody, like the UI was arranged a bit differently. Things were confusing. The performance was a little bit worse. Like, this is really good. Like I'm glad that this is their first one experience, and like at least initial reactions have been far more positive than they were originally. So it's like those little indications that moving in the right direction. Yeah, it's fun to get those.
Yeah, I just need to not overfocus on the negative things. We added a feedback dialogue, basically. We're just kind of in app, you can drop in like a message about how things are going, and so now that dumps in a feed that we all get, and so it's like that's good for getting more feedback. But now also we have like we're getting the feedback when things are not so good, like because these are mostly like support requests or problems or whatnot. So it's like, okay, now there's a stress feed over here that just is like, which of these problems can we fix?
Now you don't have those coming through as like it's not like a Slack push notification or something, right? Like,
It is.
oh no.
Well, it's not a push notification. It goes into a Slack channel.
Okay. That's
I don't have like push on for that.
Okay.
Because that would be extra bad.
So you'll definitely want to control that so you can sip from that well when you feel like you're in a good place to go reach into that bucket, you know?
That is a good point. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like there's that bucket is not the happy people, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. So it's like you got to be in a place where you're like, oh, I'm feeling mentally strong right now to get some critical feedback.
Yeah. Oh man, and everything's harder on less sleep. This all just feels more overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder why I didn't sleep as well last night. I'm not even totally clear.
You say, yeah, was it low quality sleep or did you go to bed too late?
Oh, you know what? So I just switched time zones. That's probably the biggest thing. I was in Salt Lake City the last couple days.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or over the weekend, I guess. And I was up a little bit later than I should have been, and I woke up at this. I did the stupid thing, which is like I woke up at like 3:30 or something, which happens to me sometimes, and I like grabbed my phone and like played around on my phone for a little bit.
Blue light.
Like, that.
Yeah.
Yep, and that is the worst. That always wrecks me. I would say.
Yep.
Like sometimes even just like missing a couple hours is not as bad as like breaking it up in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I almost always can go right back to sleep if I just do it.
Yeah.
But it's when I like said, let me just see what's going on in the world, and then like hours go by, and then the little bit of sleep I managed to catch on the other side is like just not helpful.
Yeah, that happened to me last week too. I was like, I went to bed extra early. I was like tired at like 10 o'clock, and I usually go to bed closer to 11 or 11:30 or something. So I was like, oh, this is great. I'm gonna go to sleep right now, and like fell asleep fast, but then woke up middle of the night and probably laid there for like an hour and a half. I was very tempted to look at the phone, but I was like, if I do that, I'm totally screwed. And I know I need more sleep. I know I'm not like ready to get up for the day, but you know what? I think it was partially too. I was like on the cusp of shipping my big improvement. I think I was just so excited about it that I was like, you know, sometimes I wake up just rearing, ready to go the next day, and it just happened like a little too early in the middle of the night. So, yeah.
Well, that's almost a good problem.
Like, no, brain, not yet.
Yeah. Did you end up shipping that, by the way, the performance stuff?
I did, yeah. So that
Nice.
went out earlier in the week, and the feedback so far has been very positive. Everyone's like very excited about how snappy the experience is now. And it's basically, there's a lot of stuff I can cache because most posts, once they're posted, are not changing all the time unless you edit them. And then I have WebSockets to pick up changes as stuff happens over time. So I can basically, similar to what like your email client does, where it's keeping a cache of all your emails, I'm kind of starting to do the same thing in Level. So as you click between things, once you've loaded up a channel, like all those posts will be persisted locally. So when you come back, it's like instantaneous, which, yeah.
Yeah, so that cache lives in the browser then?
Yeah,
locally?
and right now I'm actually not flushing it to like local storage. So if you hard refresh, like the cache gets completely busted right now. But I do want to make sure that I'm like covering all the edge cases of like filling in missing data. Like if you go offline for a couple hours, come back, I'm catching a lot of the edge cases, but there's probably some cases where like things wouldn't get properly background refreshed upon reconnect. I'm being cautious about like overly aggressively caching things to the point where like it's actually hard to force it to refresh itself, you know?
Yeah, that connection state stuff is tricky. Like we have an app that's sensitive to that, where it's like you're online, but then you shut the laptop and you go to a different Wi-Fi and open it back up, and like then what happens? And it's a little tricky.
It is, yeah. I spent like probably a week working on that, just trying to get it so like the app will like listen for all the failure modes of like, is this a network disconnected thing, or is this just like different errors will happen if you just shut your laptop and it's like a hard cutoff versus a graceful one where the browser can actually know that the connection was dropped. Spent a bunch of time kind of working with the Phoenix WebSocket client and trying to like catch all the different exceptions and stuff. And now it's really good. Like it's hard to get the Level client app in a state where like it's unable to reconnect and re-plug in all its WebSocket stuff. So I feel good about that. And now it's just like I need to track, you know, when was the last known time that it was connected, and then once it reconnects, kind of like ask the server for like to catch up basically and tell me everything that happened since I was last connected. And that, I know there's a lot of dragons there, like getting that to be super reliable, but
Yeah, totally. But it sounds like people are digging the snappiness.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that has dramatically like improved the feel of the app, the user experience, and also like as part of that, not just performance, but now like if you're on a screen, say you're like in a particular channel looking at the timeline of things, and someone posts something new, before it would like you kind of had to like revisit that page to pick up new changes, or like sometimes they in certain views they would just flow in automatically and like append themselves to the top. So if you're reading something, it could just like boop shift out from under your eyes, which is really annoying. So now it does like the more of the Twitter style, like little message, there's 2 new posts, click here to view them, and those will just kind of queue up in the background as new stuff flows in, and that's very consistent now across all the views. So it's just
I'm surprised to hear that performance was a thing given like your stack. Like, isn't Phoenix ridiculously fast?
It is, but it's kind of just the balance of like how many things am I fetching all at the same time. So before I was treating it very much like a standard request response application where like every time you change the page, it would literally load up all the data that you needed for the page load, because I wasn't doing any kind of sharing between pages, because that was just like the easiest way to implement it from the get-go. And I knew like if you could hit any route on the single page app and it would always know at that point like to load up all the freshest stuff. That was like V1, and I knew that wasn't going to last long because there's a bunch of sharing between pages that could happen to speed things up. But so like if you think about loading a timeline of posts, it's like there's posts, and then there's at least a handful of the latest replies, and then there's like the author and all their information, and then there's thumbs up reactions, who thumbs up things, and what are the counts on that. And you do that for the entire timeline. And if you're loading 20 posts or 50 posts or something, I mean that could end up being a fair number of database calls.
Does GraphQL shield you from any of that? Like, isn't that one request, but then many database calls?
It's one request, but like it actually does a pretty good job. There's this library called Data Loader that I think Facebook implemented, like the reference implementation of it in JavaScript, but it's been ported over to Elixir, and it basically GraphQL queries can easily turn into tons of N+1s, because like if you're requesting related things and it doesn't know how to batch up those queries properly, then you could just end up like iterating over collections that call other things that call other things, and before you know it, you've got a bazillion N+1s in there. So Data Loader basically takes predefined relationships and then batches them up as much as possible. So it's like not super bad, but it still ends up being a lot of queries at the end of the day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Technology will not save us.
Yeah. But
brain's still required.
This ties in with a gratitude piece. I wrote one down for this week.
Nice. I forgot about that.
That's all right. I figured we probably didn't want to like commit ourselves to any recurring thing, hard and fast, rule. But I did come up with one as I was just kind of pondering today. I'm super grateful for all this open source technology that I'm building on top of. I was building something in GraphQL today, and I went and looked at the API docs for Absinthe, the library, and it's just like it had exactly what I needed, and it just made me think like, man, they put in so much effort into this thing to parse GraphQL queries and provide the DSL for query resolution and all this stuff that I didn't have to build. And I could just download it for free off the internet. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that is pretty amazing. We live in a nice time for that.
Yeah, I know.
I dig that a lot.
Yeah. Just think how much harder my life would be if I didn't have Elm to write the front end in, and Elixir and the Erlang VM and WebSocket technologies that have taken like 10 years to mature in browsers. And I mean, even if I was trying to implement this, 5-10 years ago, it would be a lot more dicey.
But even then, and even like paid products too, like Stripe, the fact that you could just have Stripe do things, like, man, is that nice?
Yeah. And oh man, Stripe has gotten so good. Like it used to be very like focused on, having a great API, and their web interface was always good, but it was minimal. So I started off a few actual paying subscriptions this week. So I have some officially some MRR. And so I just went in and was manually setting up subscriptions. And it's like, you go to the billing area, you go to the customer, you want to add a product, you select how many seats, and it's just all very smooth to handle manually. I love it.
That is, I have the same experience. And they're even doing things like, here's your MRR, which didn't used to be a thing. I remember writing that myself back in the day. I'm grateful. I went skiing this weekend with my brother and my dad, out in Utah. And it was great. It was like basically the perfect ski trip. Like we had awesome conditions. All our flights were on time. There was no lift lines. No one got hurt. It was basically like I wouldn't really change anything. It was pretty flawless.
That's awesome. Did you get some good like mental downtime? Did you feel refreshed coming back?
That's a good question. Refreshed coming back. I guess so. I didn't really notice a difference, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I felt good earlier this week for sure. Hard to say. I usually feel pretty re-energized after the weekend anyway. Maybe I'm doing my weekends well in general, or I'm just...
Yeah, it's a good habit to build, I guess, to have regular recharge points in the week, you know?
Yeah. I mostly, aside from like right now, aside from the last 40 minutes, I mostly don't feel very stressed during the week. Like it doesn't feel to me like I have an on stressful week and then like an off recovery weekend kind of thing so much. I'm mostly pretty positive and optimistic about things. So, so I'm not noticing a huge difference between those time periods, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah, I think if you reach the point where like, oh, I'm mega stressed and I just need an escape to get recharged, like that's you're probably in a bad state, you know, some habits.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, I think ideally you never get there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like take the time if you do get there, but hopefully you can, like what I'm hoping is that we can just kind of work at a sustainable, comfortable pace where nobody feels too stressed and, you know, it feels like things are mostly just progressing nicely. We'll see.
Yeah, that's my goal too.
Or it'll all fall apart. And I'll have the worst case scenario of having to go get a developer job or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's all okay.
It is all okay.
There are very few very bad outcomes here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there are really any.
Yeah. We do live a pretty privileged life. A lot to be thankful for.
Yeah. Also, oh man, I can't believe I missed this in gratitude. Tomorrow, we're paying ourselves a little bit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We have enough. So we figured out what we wanted for like a buffer in the bank account. Mm-hmm. And then there was extra. And so we're split in 3 ways and paying a little bit of cash out.
Very cool.
Tomorrow.
Wow. That's big.
It's pretty cool. I'm in such a headspace right now where I'm like, but like, it's only because we've fooled all these people into giving us this money, and soon they're going to find out that the app is terrible and blah blah blah. But no, it's good.
Yeah. So try to suppress those lies. This is a worthy achievement, well earned.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's nice. Well, I just did the opposite and just transferred a bucket of cash into the company account this week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's that for?
Oh, just, you know, I got Honey Badger and Heroku and various, like a couple $100 in various SaaS tools. So not too high of expenses, but yeah.
Honey Badger did a smart thing. By the way, I read their about page today, and I was like, "Wow, this is they sound like us, only a handful of years ahead of us, and already successful."
Yeah, I saw you giving them props on Twitter. Yeah, I like their copywriting. It's good stuff.
Totally, yeah. And they're like, "We're 3 people, and we thought the state of the world was not good, so we made a thing, and we're 6 years old, but there's still only 3 of us." And I was like, "Oh man, this is speaking my language."
Yeah, I feel like the Honey Badger team, what they've done is highly underrated. Like they've built a great business from what I can tell, and they seem very like happy and fulfilled in their work, and
yeah, someone should invite them on their podcast and talk to them.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, Joel signed up for Honey Badger because we needed some exception notification stuff, and got an email and was like, "Hey, like we're doing an experiment. If you don't have to put a credit card in to do a trial, but if you do, we still won't charge it, but we will also send you a T-shirt."
Ooh, I like that.
And I was like, "That is pretty clever." You know, you're getting the card up front. They're still not charging. Like there's the trial is still free, but it's like, okay, now there's a card on file. So the default outcome is you can actually bill it.
I like that. Yeah. Incentivize
and I bet
that.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. We're like, I bet on its own, that is positive ROI, right? Like that probably just like makes you more money net, taking into account the cost of the shirt. But then also it's like, the cost is here is a marketing billboard that you can wear.
Exactly. Yeah.
To like advertise our company.
Yep.
It's like, seems pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like, even so, like Joel was psyched. He's like, I got a T-shirt. This is cool.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, everyone's winning here.
Especially our type of, developer crowd just eats that up. Like we love T-shirts.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
Yeah. I've been thinking I want to make us some T-shirts. I think. I think it's pretty soon now.
Mm-hmm.
we're getting to the point where it's like, yeah, we could spend a little cash on t-shirts. That'd be legit.
I don't regret spending cash on the level t-shirts. Do you have one, by the way?
I do. Yeah,
Okay,
I love
I
it.
thought so. Yeah, and people love that shirt because it's the next level tri-blend, which is just my favorite custom ink t-shirt that they have. Okay, I get a lot of compliments on that shirt that it's like, man, this thing's so comfortable. It doesn't lose its shape. I think it's worth it is a little more expensive than just like a plain cotton, standard thing, but worth it because people will wear it more if it's really comfy,
Yeah, I think making a crappy shirt is definitely not worth the cost savings.
No.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That seems fun. That seems like the next level of swag that I would like us to get to.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
We might have to earn it though. I don't know. We'll see what milestone we can come up with that makes sense for that.
Yeah.
Oh, anything else up with you?
Okay, actually, I want to talk through a quick product thing with you. Get your rough take on it. It might be a little bit hard to describe, but I'll take a shot at it and see if I can wrap your brain around it. So in Level, there's the inbox, right? And that's things where your posts where you're at mentioned or where someone like replies to one of your existing posts, you're effectively subscribed to that post and it will flow into your inbox when new activity occurs, right? And then everything else, like you can subscribe to a channel. And if you go to your home screen in Level, there's like a feed that just kind of aggregates everything from the channels that you're subscribed to. And that's kind of designed to be like the place where, you're not necessarily obligated to follow everything there. You can just click over there, sip from the fire hose, see what the latest is from the various channels that you're interested in, but like no pressure to like get caught up. There's no unread indicators in there telling you like you have, 5,000 unread messages. Go try to clear all of them. Based on kind of the hypothesis that like it's at a certain scale, there's enough chatter going on back and forth that like it's pretty unnecessary to actually read everything that every conversation happening in the company. And it's just stressful and not warranted. But in the last week, I've gotten some strong like suggestions from folks that they want to, like some people in certain roles want to follow every conversation in a bunch of their channels. Like they just want to keep up with everything. And right now the way to do that is you can toggle on a thing that says like send every post that's posted in this channel into my Level inbox. The problem with that though is that it leads to a really cluttered inbox if there's enough going on. And the inbox is really supposed to be the place where like specifically where people have mentioned you or where you're looped in and you need to follow up the conversation. That's the place where those things are queued up. So it's really easy for things to get lost.
So if I don't change anything, the inbox is just conversations where I've been mentioned or like I've subscribed to explicitly?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
But some people are like, I want everything to go in there, and
right.
They can choose that. Okay.
Or at least they say they don't necessarily want everything to go in there, but they want a mechanism by which to say like, I want to know if anything has happened since I last looked here in any of my channels. So basically, I want to be able to catch up on everything and make sure I never miss a thing, right? And so part of me is like, I want to say that's an anti-pattern. You shouldn't need to do that. But I think there's also a case to be made like, I shouldn't necessarily say that that's a wrong choice for everybody. Like maybe there is a case where like it does make sense and maybe you're a small enough team, like this team of 10, like there's a fair amount of conversation going on back and forth, but maybe it's not too much for like the team lead to be able to consume everything. So an idea I have is kind of tied in with the feature I'm building right now, which is basically a notification feed. So think of like Twitter notifications, right? It's a timeline of events that have happened ordered by the time at which they occurred. So at a minimum, this will apply to things in your inbox. So you're looking at your inbox, say you've come back to it after a few hours, and there's a number of things marked as unread in there. And you can also consult your notification feed and it'll say, Ben replied to this post and John acknowledged this other reply. And it'll kind of just summarize for you in a list of like sort of events, like what has happened that you have not yet seen. As opposed to just like skimming through your inbox and trying to spot all the things that have happened, it gives you a place to basically summarize, like, here's the stream of stuff that's occurred. Does that make sense?
Okay. Kind of. I thought the inbox kind of was that though, like all the relevant things that I'm keeping in touch with.
It is, but really the inbox is like a filtered view of posts. So it's showing you a list of posts and their replies, and it will mark things that are unread, but it's not like a list of events. It is a list of posts.
Okay.
It's a filtered view of conversations, basically, right?
Okay. Yep. And what's an event that's not a post? Like Derrick liked this thing or something?
Yeah, yeah. So it would just be like on the time series, what things have happened. And it's not necessarily immediately obvious. When you're looking at your inbox, it's not a list of events. It's a list of the conversations that are currently in your inbox, sort of like an email inbox, right? I feel like this notification stream is just an important piece for people who are like wanting to see what are the latest things that have happened in order of occurrence.
You sort of made this sound earlier like the thing that people wanted was to keep tabs on everything within a channel and not just like events.
This is where it ties in with that desire, right? So I think what I don't like about notifications traditionally and why Level has an inbox and not just a notification feed is because generally notifications are ephemeral. Like you get notified about something and then once you see it, it's like a dismissed thing, right? And the Level inbox is designed to be more like a bin where conversations live for me until I explicitly dismiss them from that inbox. So it's sort of like a to-do list of sorts, right? But a notification is more like, once you've seen it, it's kind of gone off your radar. And so something I'm considering doing is having a middle ground where you can kind of like passively subscribe to a channel and its posts will show up in your unified feed of posts. Or you can say like, I want to be notified about stuff happening, new stuff in here. So like these will appear in my queue of notifications when new stuff occurs, but it's not going to flow into my inbox. So then once I click on the activity or go straight to the post and see it, it'll be dismissed from my notifications. But that way it'll make sure to surface like what's the latest stuff that has happened.
I might be too tired, but I'm having trouble following it.
Yeah, I figure that might be the case. I mean, it's sort of without like a visual or without some kind of demonstration. It's kind of hard to follow, but yeah.
Yeah. So is the idea of the inbox that I like, would I inbox 0 my Level inbox? Is that the goal?
That is the goal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So the idea is that I do want to look at everything in the inbox.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. And the notifications are so like, but the inbox is posts, right? It's like post activity, but not things like if you responded to something I wrote, would that show up in my inbox?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
But then what shows up in the notifications that's not that? Like a emoji reaction or something?
The inbox is ordered by when the posts were created, and they may be in a state of unread. Like if someone replies to a post that was created, 5 days ago, that would slide back into your inbox, be marked as unread, and the reply would be unread, right?
Okay.
But unless you scrolled down to that point in your inbox, say you had like 15 items in there, like it may not be immediately obvious to you that a new reply came in on this post that was 5 days old.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So the notification stream would surface that right away because the notifications are basically events that are ordered by time of activity, and the inbox is like the state of the world in your inbox. These are the posts with their replies and their acknowledgments and all that kind of stuff.
I see. So the big difference is the sorting effectively.
Yeah.
And also that inbox is always posts, but notifications might be things that are not just posts.
Right.
Or they're sort of like summarized activity that's happening.
Right.
In the
the inbox like represents a post with its replies, and you'll see the thumbs up acknowledgments with counts and everything all, in their proper places. But like, it may, like, just looking at that post in your inbox, it may not be immediately obvious that Joe just thumbs up this reply that you authored 5 days ago.
I see. Yep. Huh.
Because everything's threaded, I can't really sort. It feels weird. I've played around with this a little bit to have like the inbox literally just be an event stream, because then, an acknowledgement on an old reply to an old post would be at the top, but it would not be in the context of the conversation thread. Like you really need to, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you kind of need both views, which is where this is where I kind of arrived at this. Like you have this notification stream that shows you what are the latest things that have happened, and those tie back to posts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is very Twitter then.
Yeah. I think you could think of it as analogous to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like inbox is like the timeline, and the notifications is the same.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that sort of makes sense to me. So is the core problem here that you have people that want to keep tabs on everything within a channel, and they feel like they're losing some of that information, or they're missing things?
Yeah. That's the core problem I'm dealing with right now. Like with that use case aside, I think the notification stream is still important for people who are managing a busy inbox and don't want to miss out on like someone thumbs upping an old reply on an old post.
Yeah.
So it's like still need to be able to surface that for inbox users, but I'm also thinking about extending this notification feed to also optionally include activity from channels, but not necessarily put it into your inbox. So like you can get a notification for new activity in this channel, but it won't kick it into your inbox necessarily. Does that make sense?
Oh, I almost feel like you need a third thing. like a fire hose.
Yeah.
And it's just everything.
Well, that's what I have.
That's what do you mean?
Well, I have the everything fire hose right now, which is it's just like, so you have basically two tabs. You have inbox and you have everything.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So why does everything not work for people that want to keep tabs on everything?
Well, it doesn't work today because I'm not putting like unread indicators on every post unless you've read them, because I don't want the product to encourage similar, like when you log into Slack, a busy Slack thing, it'll be like you have 300 unread posts and unread messages in this channel and 400 in this one and 200 in this one. Like I don't want the product to encourage people to, you better go through and see everything in every channel or everything on your fire hose,
Yeah. Huh. And that's, I see. It's like, so sort of philosophically, you're saying you want people to like opt into getting a bunch of updates about particular things.
Yes.
Unless they like ignore your finger wagging and say, no, I want everything.
Yep.
And then how do you do that in a sane way?
Yes, basically.
Gotcha. What will you do if people won't let you help them?
I know. This is the hard part about like product development. It's like I want to tell you like you shouldn't be forcing yourself to read every single conversation. It's not healthy. It's an anti-pattern. And I could say like I'm building an opinionated product that doesn't allow that.
Yeah.
But then you've got users saying like, but I need that or else I can't use your product. Well, what do you do?
Oh man. Yeah, that's hard.
So let's figure out where to draw the line. Like, I think it is totally valid to say like, nope, I'm not going to do that. And then they may churn out and may be like, well, then sorry, I can't. And that may be okay. But I also wonder like it feels like there's maybe a middle ground here where like you can opt into it, but I will structure it in such a way where like, you're opting into something that is potentially going to overwhelm you, or it's going to cause undue stress, anxiety, needing to dismiss all these notifications. But hey, if you want it, like if it's manageable for you, then go ahead and do it. And then at the point it's no longer manageable, you can like dial it down easily, I guess. And,
yeah. Huh. Interesting. This is making me think of like Twitter's like non-chronological timeline thing, where we're like, no, I want chronological. Like, okay, we'll do that for you, but only for a little while, and then we're gonna turn it off, and you have to turn it back on because we know what's best, you idiot. It's like, who's right here?
Right. Yep.
That's tricky.
Yeah.
That Twitter thing cracks me up. I feel a little bit like where they're like, no, like, listen, you stupid monkey. We've tested this a lot, and we know this makes you more addicted. So just let us show you the tweets that make you keep your addiction going and keep you engaged, and trust us.
Yep.
It's such an interesting dynamic to me.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
on the surface, I like don't want them mucking with the order. Like I want to be able to like, have chronological or whatever. But I actually find that I find more interesting stuff with the algorithmic feed. So
totally,
I have not opted into the chrono feed.
Yeah. And as a Twitter addict, when I go to Twitter, I want, as a friend of mine used to say, monkey wants a treat. And so it's like, I want to refresh the page and I want there to be new things there and I want there to be interesting. And so like, if you got, AI to do that, like, all right, fine. I think that is what I want. And they know that's what I want because they can see the numbers. And so there are all these people on my feed who are pissed off about it. And I'm like, yeah, but like, I bet you, like, I get that you don't like it, but I think you might want it anyway. It's just like, it's like, I don't want to smoke crack, but every time I do, it's so good that I just keep doing it.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. That's a tricky situation.
Yeah.
Well, I'm curious to hear how that works out. I don't know if I was helpful at all, but
No, I mean, yeah, it was good to talk it out regardless. I'm sure it didn't make great radio, me trying to fumble through explaining this,
you might be surprised. I think your explanation was fine. I'm just a little sleep deprived. I bet our non-sleep deprived listeners will have understood you better.
You know how many hours I've spent laying on the floor, staring at the ceiling, trying to figure out, like, is the inbox a notification stream or is it a filtered view of posts? Like, even just that distinction.
Totally.
Been like, and I've gone back and forth. I've modeled it out, mocked it up as a notification stream or as like an activity stream, basically of things that have occurred in the order in which they occurred. And I've tried sorting posts by last activity, but then you just end up with this. Every time you go there, it's in a different order and it's very confusing. That was actually originally how it was when my key team got in, just kind of observing, like, it was not good. Like, that's not how it should be. But then you end up with the problem of, like, well, I have a post that's 5 days old. Now it's further down in the list and it's marked as unread. But unless I'm scrolling through all the time, I'm probably not going to see it. So help me, And so that's what led me to the notifications thing. But
right. But then you only get a notification for that if something happens on it.
Right. So it's just new. Yeah. Any new activity or the moment when it comes into your inbox, like whatever that thing is, like, Ben mentioned you in a post would be a thing.
Okay,
and it's like, hope that corresponds to a thing that's in my inbox.
It's interesting. The philosophical thing you're going to have to figure out. That's the big one. But like the idea of kind of, here are multiple views into your data sounds good to me. That sounds like a reasonable direction, especially for like a technical kind of tool where it's a little bit like, you can sort of imagine these are just database views. And I think you can kind of wrap your head around why you would want various ones for different goals.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What I don't want to do is give people like have to click in like 5 different places to dismiss all the dots, all the like unread dots. Like sometimes some tools I just feel like every time I'm in Slack, for example, I'm like clicking through to all the different channels and like dismiss, get all these things cleared. And I don't want to create a situation like that in Level, but I'm hoping I can craft it in such a way where, like, even if you never click the little bell icon in the corner to look at your notifications, like if you just go through and peruse through your inbox and you're not super concerned about looking at the activity feed, then those will just naturally clear themselves as you interact with these things. Like as soon as you see that post and reply to it, like that notification is now automatically dismissed.
That's nice.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So
I don't know why more people don't do this. It's so easy.
I know, right? It's one of those things, like when it works well, it feels like super intuitive, but actually to create it is tricky.
Yeah. Yeah, active creation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious where we're going to be like a couple months from now. I feel like start of summer is going to be kind of an interesting time where it's like, what is happening as the rubber meets the road? Like we have a number of trials that are kind of ending soon. So it's like, who will convert there? We have a bunch of people starting in March. Like, will they renew for the next month? What's happening in like June, July? To me, it's kind of like, I feel like going to be like, well, those indicators are going to be important for the rest of the future, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And the frustrating part is it takes time because you have to give people trials. I mean, I think we're both in the situation where like people need to try our products before we know for sure if they're going to stick around. But that's frustrating too, is like not getting instant feedback. Like I wish I could just say like, do you want to buy this thing? Great. Give me money. Here it is.
I've been doing that, by the way.
Like, okay. So like they're paying before they trial basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have kind of in my head been like, no more free trials and just pushing the purchasing thing forward and like, want to do a demo? Let's do a demo. Like, want to see a video? Sure. I'll make a video. That kind of thing, and seeing like kind of where we can get with that.
Nice. Have you gotten a lot of pushback against that, or are they already pretty qualified by the point you're talking to them?
They're usually pretty qualified. Some people at that point go, no way, like not going to do it. But a lot of people just say, sure, or they say, well, okay, well, let's do a month, and they do 1 month. They like prepay for a month to do a test, and I'm actually trying to get away from that too. Like again, I'm trying to start with the thing that's like really good for us. And so like we have somewhere to like negotiate down to if it's a problem. And for some people, it's just not a problem. So it's great. So like now I'm starting with just like, all right, it's this much per year per person. How do we do this? And just see if I can just do that. Because in reality, we want people to come on the journey. where it's not like, this is an amazing product today. It's like, I think this is going to meet your needs today, and there's going to be some things about it that you'll really like, and then some rough edges. And we're looking for people that'll help us fix the rough edges over time. So like, you should sign up for a while. And our side of the bargain is that we're going to show you how fast we can make this thing better. And you're going to be pleased by that. And we'll be responsive to you and help. You'll actually will shape the direction it goes. So hopefully that resonates. We'll see. Like I'm sort of in the middle of some of those.
I like that framing. A friend of mine who's in SaaS sales has talked about, like, he is pretty notorious for like only selling annual deals. And he's like, it's pretty logical. The case to make for an annual deal is like, look, we want to be in this for the long haul with you. It's going to take you a while to set up our product, and we want to help guide you into doing that and getting fully successful with it. And that's going to take a little bit of time. So we're not thinking short term, month to month. We're in this together for a while. So naturally, this is going to be an annual deal. When you position it that way, it feels completely different than like looking like, I want a bunch of revenue up front, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I can't decide if yeah, exactly. And that reasoning is not even like just sales bullshit. It's really true.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
There's some leads that came in the other day, and I looked at their website, and I was just like, this website is ugly. If you are okay having an ugly website, I don't think you're going to be a great customer. And I just like didn't pursue it. And it's just like, I'm looking for certain kinds of people and certain kinds of companies, because like these people are going to have a very large impact on what we build next and the shape it takes. And so it matters who comes in the door. And it's not just the dollars. And I have to keep reminding myself of that, because I'm in sales mode. So like I want to close deals, but I also want them to be the right people. And so this barrier of like, hey, maybe it's annually, maybe it's quarterly, and last resort, maybe we fall back to monthly if I really can't convince you. Or maybe we just walk at that point to say, yeah, I get why that doesn't work for you, but also like we're looking for people that are longer term partners. I think that will help take some of the stress off, where it's like, all right, we have a number of month to month people starting next month, and like, it's just going to be, we'll see. I'm curious how well they will convert, but it's going to feel like there's going to be a lot of urgency when it's like, okay, this company who we would love to sign up for another month asked for this thing. Do we build it right now? Do we drop what we're doing and schedule that in there? There's a lot of urgency there, where if it's like, okay, this company signed up for a year, let's put this in the roadmap somewhere because we want them to be happy, but like maybe it's not quite so stressful and hard to manage.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It just eases the fears a little bit if you know that like, they're not going to bail next month, and they understand that you're still iterating, like things are still moving fast and you're still building things and listening to them and stuff like that. But yeah, if they don't have that constant, like, well, I may cancel next month type of thing hanging over your head, it helps.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do the Jason Cohen thing, where it's like, yeah, like there's parts of this that need improvement. Like I'm being honest about it and upfront about it. But I think that kind of helps almost make the case for like, and that's why you should, if you want this, you should stick around for longer. So we'll see how it goes. Those were all the initial alpha people were annual plans. And so and that was before the software even existed. So maybe this will actually be a reasonable position to take. But then again, like the market kind of determines that, where it's like, if I can't actually get anybody to do it, then it's like, well, it was a nice idea,
but it's worth trying. And I like the way you're framing that as like, kind of like you're partnering with us. Like I kind of like your wording around that and the way you're positioning it, because I've gotten some people coming to me and they're like, hey, I want to test out your product. I want to be a tester. I want to be and it's like, well, it's beyond that. This is not an alpha level product where like, I just want like people to bang a hammer on it. Like I want real use. And in return, I will listen to your feedback and adjust the roadmap accordingly. Like you'll have the ability to have strong input. But this is not a dynamic where it's completely in favor of the tester, and I'm like, no, I'm building a product here that I'm monetizing, and like this is providing real value at this stage.
I tweeted about this a little bit, but I feel like this needs to be a blog post, which is kind of like, we don't need testers. Like we can test it. Like I have friends that will test it. I think a lot of people are like, hey, I can do you the favor of trying your product for free and telling you where it's not good about it. It's like, yeah, but like we got plenty of that if we need it.
Yeah, we will naturally hear about bugs, and I don't need feature requests from someone who's not really interested in paying for the product, because you're not like, those are basically invalid in a sense, because
and it comes from a good place. Like I think people mean it to like be very helpful, and so I don't mean to like be negative about that offer, but it's just sort of not what we need at this point.
But it's interesting how like it's hard for me not to like bristle at that now when I hear it, like something about it, even though I know it's coming from a good place. So I need to just check myself and know that like, don't get pissed about this offer. Like it's fine, but
totally. I have the same thing.
Yeah.
I want to be writing a bit more about this experience and all that and things that we're coming up with and whatnot. I'm trying to figure out where to put it. Like, I think like I could certainly spin up a blog about Tuple or something. But I also I don't want to create another content treadmill that I need to keep going. And like blogs have this like, oh, when's the last post? Oh, 7 months ago. Like, I don't want to create that situation for myself, but at the same time, like I want to capture this stuff because like a year from now, I won't really remember what it felt like in March of 2019.
Right. Yeah.
So I want to write something somewhere.
I know. I want to too, and I like thought about making a goal for myself to write X number of posts because I have a bunch of ideas about stuff that I've just jotted down. Like this could be a potential topic to write about as I've been just on this journey thinking about stuff, and I would like love to tackle some of those in writing, but so far I've not found the time for it. So I'm a little bit leery about adding another recurring thing on my plate. But
yeah, I don't know what a good answer to this is.
Yeah,
I need a blog with no dates. I guess.
mean, if you have your own blog, you can totally not have dates. I think I took dates off mine, or I am very like obscured because I'm like I don't want anyone to come here, see a date first thing, and be like, this is old.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you happy with Subtle?
Actually I haven't journaled in forever. That has sort of dropped off a bit. I do on my personal blog, it's just a static site thingy, and that's the one where I kind of moved the timestamps.
Gotcha. Yeah. I was thinking about putting on my personal blog, and I was like, oh man, step one, redesign this whole terrible blog. Which is like, okay, move Tailwind in here, and then rip all this out, and then I was like, oh my god, I just want to like write a 500-word post, but instead I'm gonna end up doing weeks of design work.
I know. Yeah. It's the struggle.
Like it's fine that it's just out there and attached to my name, even though I don't like it. But if I'm gonna add more to it and then drive more people to it, it's like, well, it should be better. And blur.
Yeah.
What was me? Anyway, all right. Well, we should wrap it. This is a long one. This has got to be the longest AOP in a while.
That's right. As it turns out, we had a lot of stuff, so it's good.
Yeah, turns out. Well, thanks for helping me process some of this craziness.
Yeah, I hope it helped a little bit.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. And again, I'll sleep on it and then talk to Spencer and Joel, and we'll console each other and rally the troops. This is having people to lean on is always big for me. Like, guys, I was feeling down yesterday because I got this news. Let's talk about it together and like let's figure out a plan. And then we're like, all right, cool, we got this. We'll do this. We'll be okay.
Yep.
And then I'll feel good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep. And talking to my bro Derrick.
Yeah, always here for you, man.
I appreciate that. What a guy. Also, I'm gonna see you pretty soon, huh?
Yeah, I'm stoked. It's about a month out, right? Or less than a month.
Yeah, I'm psyched.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for my MC duties. I've been reading about it and reaching out to speakers and things like that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty pumped. I've never MC'd before. I'm
really
psyched.
Oh, I think you're gonna do great. I mean, feels like a great fit for your personality. Like I can already picture.
I've always wanted to do it. I love being on stage.
That's fine. I think that's no secret to anybody who knows you.
Yeah, it's just so fun for me. So I think it's going to be a good time.
I thought about doing an attendee talk or putting my hat in the ring for an attendee talk this year, and just completely blew past the deadline. So whoops.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I've been a little busy, so I was on the fence on whether like, do I want to tackle my noobishness at public speaking again this year, or do I just want to not worry about working on a particular skill set this year? So I'm okay that like it's not going to happen this year. It's fine.
Yeah,
I know since I get like stressed about it because I'm new to it. I haven't done a lot of speaking. Like I know that like if I'm on day 2, I will be stressed the whole day, day 1 thinking about it, and it's just I'd rather have
it is really nice to not speak sometimes. Just like I'm just here to meet people and talk and enjoy it, and like no pressure. That is pretty great. Like to me, the best part of a conference is when I'm done with my talk. It's like, okay, now I can really relax and just chill.
Yeah. So in exchange, I'm just going to try to get like I do every year, try to get the most out of MicroConf that I can, connect with people and all that kind of stuff. So.
I'm also interested to try to hit like some, like just see where I'm at milestone wise. Like Brian Castle was saying, he thinks of MicroConf as kind of like a checkpoint in the year.
Yeah.
Brian and Jordan. And like it's, I have the same thing Where it's like last year, it was like an idea. Like we were just like starting to do it. Like it was brand new. And so now it's like, okay, a year later, like where are we at? What's the revenue look like? What's the MRR? So I'm going to try to include some of that in my talk, I think, just to give people a sense of where we are. Cool. All right.
Be good.
Well, I have a concert tonight.
Oh, you're performing.
I'm performing. I'm singing with the Boston Symphony Orchestra tonight.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah. Which is a piece by Dvorak.
Whoa. This sounds very
which is like the keyboard layout, but with a fancier little thing over the A.
Yeah. Every time I see Dvorak, I'm like, Dvorak. No.
Yeah. I was like, we're singing a piece by my keyboard layout.
Yeah.
That's cool. Same guy. Was a composer and a keyboard guy.
That's funny. Yeah. Nice. Well, yeah, you better take your nap and get kind of reset.
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
And I'm putting on a tux, which is always fun.
Nice. Yeah. It's fun to get dressed up.
I'll have to go re-Google how to tie a bow tie.
Oh, yeah, I've never done a bow tie. Only the standard.
It's kind of annoying, but it's, whatever. All right. Show notes?
Show notes can be found at artofproductpodcast.com.
Thanks for listening and joining us on this crazy journey.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
See you next time.